Hello everyone! This time period is between 1750 to 1900, beginning in the mid-18th century. People began to build new and better machinery to replace human and animal power to perform work. These developments were part of the Industrial Revolution, specifically the cotton gin. This caused manufacturing to skyrocket and goods to become more plentiful than before. Among the several factors that helped cause the revolution were increases in agricultural productivity, urbanization, the accumulation of money for investments, joint stock companies, and the specialization of labor. The process began in Great Britain and spread throughout Europe all the way to the United States and Japan under the Meiji Empire. Products of industrialization such as railroads, steamships, telegraphs expanded global trade and communication networks. These networks linked farmers, miners, manufacturers, and customers. Industrial countries, to protect the access of their businesses to resources and markets, established overseas colonies. In response, colonies often rebelled. Some, such as the United States and Haiti, were successful right away due to their revolutions led by George Washington and Toussaint Louverture, respectively. Others, such as India and China, laid the foundations for later success. Disruptions caused by industrial and political changes caused massive migrations of people. Some people moved voluntarily in search of work, including most Europeans who moved to the Americas, Southern Africa, India, and Australia. Some people were captured by force, such as Africans who were seized and taken to the Americas. The result of all this migration was greater ethnic diversity around the world. The Enlightenment was a movement in the 18th century that advocated the use of reason and accepted ideas in social institutions. Philosophers such as Montesquieu, John Locke, Rousseau, and Thomas Hobbes were some of the most influential intellectuals during this time. For example, the men created things such as social contract and natural rights. This later influenced the political governance of most countries in this world. Following maritime exploration, colonialism sparked a new wave of imperialism in this era. Europe began colonizing Africa greatly after and had trading posts in Asia. Europe was the most powerful in this time period due to their large amount of colonies. Their objective was to gain natural resources from these colonies for industrialization. After one European country began colonizing, Africa and other countries joined in very quickly. They were able to take African territories easily because they had superior weapons and a lot of money. The Berlin Conference led to several European nations meeting in Berlin to decide how Africa was to be divided, while African leaders were not allowed. By 1914, Europeans controlled 90% of Africa, and they often had to use extensive and bloody military action to maintain control within their acquired African territories. By the end of this time period, Europe had the most authority in the world, and this would continue on to the next era.